Darkness falls across the land. Creatures crawl in search of blood.
Nobody knocks off an old man in my neighborhood.
Hello there, welcome to my review of Eerie, Indiana, episode 13, The Hole in the Head Gang. Unlucky for some, but for the show it represents a turning point. There are a few major changes, seemingly in order to give the show a slightly new direction, as Jason Marsden joins the cast as Dash X, and Archie Hand's Mr. Radford is revealed to be an imposter called Fred Suggs, a serial imposter, as the real Mr. Radford is revealed to be John Astin. But we aren't there in the story just yet. The story begins with Marshall and Simon investigating a supposedly haunted mill. This is the 51st haunted house they've investigated in Eerie, so this should hold no surprises for them. They hear a spooky voice spouting some movie cliches before a flying chair attacks them, and as they scream at a floating head, Marshall makes sure to get some evidence. We then learn of the fate of the real Mr. Radford, who had been tied up in the basement for the entire series up until now.
No need to press charges, just get him out of here. Well, boys, you're my first customers in quite some time. Drinks are on the house, what do you have?
Now, I'm not a big fan of recasting a character, even when it's done in such an in-continuity way. But I do love John Astin, and the way he plays the character of Mr. Radford as someone who clearly knows how weird Eerie really is, but embraces it and keeps it to himself, is just perfect. It's as if he's playing a distant cousin to Gomez Adam, and it's really thrilling to watch. The new Radford, or the old Radford, depending on how you look at it, explains the mill is supposedly haunted by the ghost of Grungy Bill, the worst bank robber east of the Mississippi. Not evil, just incompetent.
Grungy Bill was robbing the Eerie Bank for the 13th time, having already failed 12 times, and, well, this time, he really blew it.
What happened?
He forgot his gun.
He then tells the boys there is no such thing as ghosts, with a pitch-perfect delivery that tells us he knows there are such things as ghosts.
Of course, you realize there's no such thing as ghosts.
The boys go back to the mill and find the chair reassembled and rigged up to a pulley system. It would appear Radford might have been right about ghosts on this occasion. They've been had. They soon find out who hoaxed them, the grey-haired kid, who goes by the name of Dash X.
What's with the Goonie helmets, huh? I mean, what's the story here, you guys? Some kind of teenage neighborhood watch gone insane?
He seems quite mad, but as he tries to destroy the videotape they made, he finds Grungy Bill's missing gun, and manages to summon Grungy Bill, played by Claude Akins, who promptly holds them hostage.
Now, if you don't mind, reach for the sky.
Bill plans to finish what he started and rob the Eerie Bank successfully, so he can finally rest, and he's taking Marshall with him. With Bill gone, Simon and Dash X attempt to make their escape. Dash explains he woke up in Eerie 3 months earlier with no memory. He's been hiding out ever since, and then takes off. At the bank, Bill has Marshall in a very unflattering disguise, and it would appear that Fred Suggs has found a new disguise of his own as the bank manager.
This makes it an even 1,300,000 if you'll just sign here.
Boy, this is going great. You know what to do, right?
There's also a cameo from another of Joe Dante's acting troupe, with Belinda Balaski playing another customer.
If you save up enough pennies, you can buy a dolly-sized forever wear tub, so your dolly will never age, just like you and Mommy.
Simon foils the robbery, and Bill takes off with all he can, a toaster the bank was giving away. He's disappointed to have lost his gun again, but glad he managed to rob the bank of something. Oddly, for an episode of the show, the weird element is the least interesting and least important aspect of it, as it attempts to do a little world building by expanding the cast and injecting some new life into the show. I don't think it was entirely necessary to bring a new character in, and might have preferred it if it had been a character we'd already seen before, like Melanie or Janet, but Dash does bring with him some intrigue and creates a mysterious arc as more is discovered about him as we go on. Astin is a very welcome addition, acting as a sort of guide that is able to fill in some of the exposition, but because it's Astin, he is an immensely talented actor, it never feels like exposition. I loved the concept of the worst bank robber being bad at it rather than evil, and it's nice to see another Dante regular make a cameo. Overall, this episode is a fine example of how to do a soft reboot well, while retaining everything that makes the show entertaining. Even though the main plot is fighting for attention slightly with the side plots, it's still a lot of fun. Easily a 4 out of 5. Thank you. Goodbye.